Hi, I'm Awais doing my PhD in Germany here and DAAD Scholarship. So, if you are applying for scholarships, your CV is your first impression. And in today's video, I will walk you through some professional CV templates, and also I will show you my own CV which I use to apply for scholarship. As you know that the scholarship committees go through hundreds of applications and your CV decides whether you stand out or get overlooked. It's not about just the list of achievements that you provide, some cluttered things in your CV. It's about the structure. You show them like step by step and other things, the CV which is easy to read. Okay, before showing my CV, let's go to the guides that I followed during the process to learn things. So first one was when you search Yale CV guides, you will come here. There are a lot of templates available here. So I downloaded one. Let me show you. It's here. Okay, this is ready, like ready to edit. It's a Word file, Yale College Journal template. So you just need to put your details. You will replace these things with your personal details. So you can have it from here. Okay, and personally, I used the guide from the Harvard because you know that Harvard is on the top nowadays, and also just due to the reason was the action verbs because they have mentioned a lot of action verbs, and it's very helpful here because, for example, if you have worked with your senior, you have helped him or her with their PhD project, for example, in sample collection, with analysis, or some writing with the review literature. So you will be using these strong words like I have collected data, analyzed data, helped in literature. So you will see it in my personal CV as well. I have already used it. So you can find it, you can download it from here. It's available and open. CV, and there are a lot of like cover letters as well, and you would need cover letters for your applications. Okay, so let's come to my CV. So here you can see my affiliation, my name, and I must say that you should mention LinkedIn because one of my friend told me he's doing PhD in Germany now, and he told me that his supervisor was impressed with the LinkedIn profile picture because in the LinkedIn profile picture he is holding mushroom samples in the field, and supervisor was impressed that yeah, this guy is very passionate and he is doing lab trips, collecting samples from the field, and he must be passionate guy. And now you know that he is now in Germany, you can realize the importance of LinkedIn profile. And if you have some blog, also mention it. And don't need for the marital status and other things, don't mention that. Okay, then you mention education, and then grants and awards. If you have the grants and awards, like if for example if you competed in some competition and you secure first positions, this is also award. And travel grants, it also comes in grants and awards. Honors, you can also see grants, awards, and honors. There are a lot of things you can mention. And okay, here are the action words. For example, I have worked in the water industry. So I established centralized water testing lab. Implemented is an action verb. Streamlined, these are strong words. Maintained, learned. Here I mentioned developed, learned. These are the action verbs. Run tests in the real time. Like if you have, for example, work as an intern in the hospitals, you would know that complete blood count, CBC, urine microscopy, hepatitis B, C, HIV detections. Okay, research experience if you have, for example, I mentioned my thesis project, and also the aim and objectives. If you want to mention, it's not necessary, but yeah, I mentioned it. So these are the projects where I work with my seniors. I help them. Research interest, you should mention 4 to 5 or 3 to 4, not more than 6, 7, I would say, because that will be like too much. Manuscript, if you have any manuscript, you can mention, but it's not necessary. It's a key factor, I would say, but it's not required for a scholarship in Europe. Yeah, if you are applying to China or Japan or Monash University, Australia, or some like university in Malaysia, Thailand, then you need publications because they are very obsessed with publications. Then I had actually abstracts in conference proceedings, and these are very helpful. Conferences, you don't need to put all the things that you have been to all the conferences, but just selected conferences. Okay, selected workshops, international and national, and then I had some certifications. Okay, some skills, then technical skills, bioinformatics skills. So if you go in detail, laboratory skills, okay, then academic membership. This one is very important because it shows your dedication to the field. Okay, volunteering, this one is necessary. If, for example, if you are a student, you don't have good record or you don't have like strong things to mention in your CV, you should volunteer for your community. You should teach students voluntarily in schools. Like in this science communicator project, I would go to schools and engage students in fun learning science stories, discoveries, how science works. Here I was a general secretary, volunteer task force, so I mentioned it, like the action verb you see here: mobilized, distributed, delivered. So and there here this was not a volunteer role, but yeah, it was a leadership role because I was a principal investigator. That's why I mentioned it. If someone asks you about for a short CV, then you can like remove this one, aims and objectives, and from here you can remove these things, what you did, and the details you can remove the details, so it will be a bit shortened. And also you would remove all the conferences which are not like related to the position where you are applying. Okay, the final tips for tailoring your CV, because when you are applying for different scholarships, so here are some final tips for you. I know that you are in struggling phase, you are applying to different scholarships, different universities across the world, and you have research interest more than 3 to 4. So you are applying to environmental microbiology, for example, biology. If you are in physics, so quantum computing, maybe other things. It's very hard for me. In maths, you know better, but you have more than 2 to 3 interests. So always tailor your CV according to a scholarship and the program. For example, if I'm applying to medical microbiology, I would add medical microbiology related things. Always use action verbs, use clear headings, and always use bullet points. And start each bullet with the action verb, strong action verb, like helped, acquired, learned, collected, these things, the action verbs which are given in the Harvard CV guide. And keep your formatting consistent. The spacing, the formatting, the words, the margins. If you have gaps in your academic journey, just explain it in your cover letter, not in the CV. And never lie on your CV. Don't exaggerate things. Just keep it simple. That's it for today. See you in another video. I hope this video gives you a solid foundation for building your own CV. Thanks.